This is a message from your guides reading for Heart's Prayer. So I have 3 crystals here. I have my green fluorite, which is a heart chakra stone. It's really calming, really healing. It also has a lot of earth energies, so it connects you to nature, and again, really calming. It's a very calming stone. This is my Shadakite. This also has a lot of earth energies as well. But also psychic abilities and then healing abilities also, but specifically from the connection that it has with the earth and nature. So it's kind of a shaman's stone, I think of it as. And then I have here my sodalite. So this one is a little different from the other 2. This resonates with the throat chakra and also the third eye. So it helps us to focus. It helps with meditation and sort of just, in a sense, getting things done, having that kind of tunnel focus. But then it also helps with standing in our truth, setting boundaries, respecting ourselves. So these are things from the throat chakra connection that it has. And also speaking our truth, speaking in front of others. And then, so also kind of confidence, will, integrity, things like that. And then I also have my animal messages cards with me this time, which I never really use for personal readings. I used it for one group reading, as you know, but that was it. So I'm a little less familiar with those cards, but your guides wanted me to use them. Okay, now I don't know what crystal I'm using to surround us in positive space. Okay, my Shadakite. Okay, so you've got some angel energies coming up. Okay, so these would also be Pleiadian type of energies, so your kind of standard guides that generally come up. You also have this horse energy around, which I believe I've picked up on before with you. They're like surrounding you in some sort of circle. I wasn't sure exactly what that was at first, but they're saying that they're making adjustments. They're kind of moving around you in this sort of circle, is what they're showing me. So this is like some chakra adjustments. This is, they're saying even some like DNA adjustments, DNA repair. There's also a feeling that diet is really important while they're doing this. You might be attracted to like higher energy foods and even drinks. So they're saying to think about what you're eating, think about what you're drinking, and any kind of higher energy foods or drinks, any kind of like raw food, fruits, vegetables, juices, water, tea, even whatever you resonate with that has like a higher vibe as far as eating and drinking goes. They're recommending you to just go with whatever you're drawn to, anything that you feel drawn to in the moment that you can get. This is like a direction from your guides right now. So they're saying that it's good to follow that and listen to that. They're also saying that any kind of cleansing or detoxifying is good as well, for the reason that it's this symbol of what they're doing energetically, because it feels like they're removing some things. Some of this feels like from this lifetime, but still going back to a past lifetime. A lot of this feels like it's going back to a past lifetime that then also affects this one, it feels like. So they're bringing up this life, which I had totally forgotten about because this was like from one of your first readings, I think. And again, totally forgotten about it. And then they were kind of reminding me about it at the very beginning before I even started the reading. I put your picture up and I had already made the sacred space, but I hadn't even turned on my camera yet. And they're kind of reminding me of that lifetime, but I wasn't sure what that was about. So this is the lifetime where you were like a Muslim woman, but you were very covered, like from head to toe. And in the case with this lifetime, because obviously I'm not saying that it's this way for every single Muslim woman, but in your case, in this lifetime with this experience, you were very abused. You felt very in bondage. And you had this very like black everywhere, covering your face. Your like absolutely no skin was showing. Even your face wasn't showing. And there was like thinner material or something, so you were able to see out, but no one could really see in. No one could see your face. No one could see your expression. So you were very sad, very depressed, very alone, very deprived in that lifetime. So there are some energies with that they feel like need to be removed, and also like it's a good time to remove them because you just don't really resonate with those things anymore. So in other words, it's like they're not really blocking you, even if they have affected you before, even if they could still affect you in certain ways. It just doesn't feel like it would manifest in the same way at all. I mean, obviously not because you're having a different experience, but I mean, even the same emotions, they would have to really adapt. And they would also have to lessen and become almost about more sort of insignificant things to even remain with you and to have any kind of voice at all. And so it just feels like they're unnecessary, like you're not learning anything from it being there anymore, from this energy and thought forms being there anymore. And you're just not really listening to them, and especially not in the way that they were programmed to actually be. Like they would have to really alter themselves and change drastically to stay with you, for you to listen to them. So rather than letting that happen, your guides are just going to remove this stuff. So that's one lifetime, but I feel like there are some other lifetimes as well. And they're removing these things right now. I feel like this horse guide is helping a lot with this as well. I keep seeing the horse guide kind of in the front and kind of moving around in this circle with some other guides that are there, but I'm not really seeing them as much as I'm seeing the horse guide. But you definitely have some of these Pleiadian angel guides around you who are doing this as well. But this horse guide, it almost seems like the horse guide is almost kind of leading parts of this. Because it just feels like a very pure, animalistic kind of energy. Hasn't really bought into any kind of human programmings, doesn't even really understand some of them. Now, obviously, this is a very high being, um, and obviously it has understanding, but it doesn't, it's like it doesn't understand getting caught up in certain things that we do here. So it lets things go and it just doesn't really hold on to things or care about them. Not certain things, not things that don't matter, not things that can be let go of um, and are really doing nothing or accomplishing nothing to have there. They're just being negative. And it just, the horse just really doesn't hold on to anything like that. So he's specifically around you and he's helping to remove this stuff. Also, just this, the color, how he's white. He's white, he has the big wings, and he feels like an angel or an archangel type of being, even though he's choosing this form. So it feels like he kind of chooses this sort of animal, kind of instinctual intelligence, this kind of nature where he can let go of everything, but at the same time, he has this this other kind of side, this very like archangel feeling as well. So it feels like he doesn't like have to be all animal. Um, it feels like he's this general sort of being type, um, and he can really choose either form, but it feels like he comes across in this way specifically for you. But even for himself, I feel like this is the form that he sort of most identifies with and that he generally takes for himself. This is the form that he's sort of used to, that he's chosen, because it helps him come through with his energy the most. And obviously, an angel or an archangel, they can really take on any form. And a lot of times they're just taking on the forms that we've almost chosen for them, that we think of an angel as. But angels are really formless. They don't have to come with wings or in a white robe. And they don't have to have some standard appearance in the way that we think of them. I keep feeling some kind of Native American energy around you as well. And again, this sort of almost like dancing, moving kind of circular kind of thing, where again this energy is attempting to remove something from you, and he's kind of singing or like chanting, like he's doing some kind of Native American type of chanting. And there's something that he's holding in his hands that he's kind of moving, like maybe like a rattle or something like this. But this is feeling like this does feel like a guide that's contracted with you, but at the same time, um, it feels almost like a kind of lesser guide. Like not one of your like main core guides. But at the same time, it does feel like they're a guide and they have contracted with you to do certain things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some animal messages cards. And we'll see what comes up here. Like I said, I'm not as familiar with these, but we'll see what your guides have to say through them. Okay. All right, so I have the chameleon here, and he says, conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. Okay, so this has to do with like what's taking place now. So things are transforming. Things are transpiring that are going to help you to sort of transform, lift your vibration. This is almost feeling like almost like a stage of almost like your ascension process, sort of spiritual development, attaining enlightenment sort of thing. So you're kind of reaching another stage. But it feels like it's a process, and it feels like that's what your guides are focusing on right now versus something else. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull another one. Oh, okay. All right, so I have the orangutan here. And he says, working to live joyously, not living to work. So that's definitely something that your guides have brought up in a lot of your readings and come out with. But it feels like kind of being happy, being free, being in the moment, really no matter where you're at, and visualizing where you want to be, but at the same time not feeling stuck or not giving into the temptation to sort of dive into other lower emotions, not feeling bored. Um, like even if there are certain things that you can't always do, like if you want to go somewhere or you can't travel, or maybe you can't leave a certain like career or something, like the way that you're making money, for instance. But it feels like you have this like goal for later on. So it just feels like what they're saying is it's about being in that state, like no matter where you are during, again, a sort of like transitional period. So they're saying that everything is temporary right now, and it's about having this sort of vision. And they're saying this kind of weirdly. They're saying that everything is sort of loose, um, like nothing is solid. Things are like in this manifestation process right now. So again, they're temporary. They're not fixed. So it kind of feels like you're getting out of a situation or situations that you don't prefer, and you're sort of landing in this new energy. And they're helping you to be in the right state for certain things to come to pass and manifest that you would prefer, and maybe as well that you've preferred for a long time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you this other one. Let's see here. Okay, so I pulled the parrot. Oh, well, he's a little hard to see with the lighting. Okay, so he says, let sunshine revitalize your soul and color transform your world. So that kind of basically says what they were already just saying. They're actually bringing up chakra colors too. This is saying, and color transform your world. They're actually now going into chakra colors as well, though. And they're saying like literally the colors of your chakras um, are part of what's really going to manifest this. When they're all working optimally. So that again, they're saying ties in with the changes to diet. Just again, they're saying whatever you're drawn to, because it doesn't feel like you are eating things that are super unclean. There's definitely not a feeling of that. But still, it feels like whatever you're drawn to at this time to eat even healthier, um, and to like observe the way that your body functions and the state that it's in. But it also feels like your emotions and whether or not you're calm, because they're saying that food as well definitely affects that, and drinks and everything. It affects that. They're also talking about fasting as well. That's even good, to have times when you are fasting. And obviously, do this however you resonate, or don't do it if you don't resonate. But this is almost feeling like, I don't feel like they're really including things like water or even liquids, because there's sort of, at least not now with what they're talking about, because it feels like there's this sort of symbology, like water and liquids. There's this kind of symbology, like they flush you, they flush something out, they flush out toxins. And so it seems like it's almost good to have um, fasts like with liquids, where you're still putting something in your body, but it is sort of fueling this like detoxification. And then like you eat something that's in harmony with that, that doesn't go against that or conflict with that. So it doesn't put something back in, um, that really needs to be fleshed out again. And obviously, everything we eat, some of it gets fleshed out. But the point is that it's higher vibrational foods, but also that it's what you feel to eat at the time. You're feeling to eat it intuitively. They're saying that that's really important, to eat whatever it is that you're drawn to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull one more. They're also saying that you're really good at listening to your intuition, and also that they really like that about you. And they definitely encourage you to meditate and to tune into that even more and more, because they're saying that that's a gift that you have. Okay, so all right, so your guides are telling me these three, I'm just supposed to read them. You're just supposed to take these however it comes through to you. Okay, so I'm going to start here with Bison. And he says, recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. And then I have Crab. And he says, show your emotions and regenerate love. And then the third one that fell out here is the Frog. And she says, adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do some clearing now. That's what they were coming through with the cards. So I'll start with my Sodalite here. I had to grab it because I don't know if you heard that earlier, but it dropped when I was deciding which one. I'm trying to feel out which one. It's like, not me. So here we go. They're focusing a lot on the throat chakra. And obviously, like I said, this is a throat chakra stone. So this is a center of will, creativity, intuition, also personal expression. So definitely setting boundaries, speaking clearly, respect for yourself. So all these sort of things that you couldn't have in this one particular lifetime. Your throat was very much almost damaged, it feels like, during that lifetime, where it really couldn't be used properly, this chakra. It accumulated a lot of energies, and already most of those have released. They're just kind of getting rid of the remainder. And your guides are directing this energy into your throat specifically. The Native American is around you. Now he's doing something, like I said, with rattles or something, noise. And he's kind of directing this frequency into your throat as well. Obviously, this isn't the only area that they're focusing on, but they're showing me this as well. And then you have this male, like angelic Pleiadian guide. And he's putting he's standing behind you. He's putting his hands here um, at your throat and your shoulders. And he had some sort of ointment or something that he put on the back of your neck. And then he was directing this energy into your throat. Obviously, this is all etheric, but that's what he's doing. He's using some kind of salve or something, ointment, like I said. And it feels almost like this sort of heightens the energy. It's like it allows this energy to pass through more quickly, more intensely, even into the affected area, he's saying. Uh, he's almost saying, almost like it's some kind of conduit or even like connector or something. Because of the high energy in it, and also because the oils that he's using, he's saying oils, um it's almost like they're resonating with your physical body as well, and they resonate with your various bodies. So this is mental, emotional, energetic as well, and sort of enabling them to connect more. Okay, so this even feels like a message as well. Even things like that, even things like ointments, or it can even be incense or something. Whatever it is that you're drawn to right now. So this isn't only in diet. This isn't only diet. This is including other things also. Okay, so that is all that your guides have to say for this reading. Thank you very much for allowing me to do another reading for you. As always, I truly hope that it benefits you. Thank you. Namaste.